Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video today. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Alyssa Estes and I am a licensed realtor in the state of Georgia. Since this is the beginning of this YouTube channel where I will be discussing all things real estate, I thought it'd be fitting to go back to the beginning, so to speak. And so today I am going to be giving you tips on how to decide where to work. Which brokerage are you gonna align yourself with? So before we get into the tips that I have for you, I do feel like you need a little bit of information. Pretty much every brokerage you interview with is going to want to hire you. A lot of brokers make their money by getting a portion of every sale that you have. So more money for them if you work with them. So why would they not want to hire you? So it is your job to interview them. So you're probably asking yourself, well, where am I interviewing? As new agents, there are companies you've heard of, companies you've seen, so those are some to consider. But before interviewing with any brokerage, my first tip would be to speak with current and former agents of that brokerage. It's great to hear what experiences make an agent stay at their brokerage, but I found it almost more valuable hearing why an agent left their brokerage and if that would be a deal breaker in my experience. So tip number one is to speak with current and former agents at the brokerages you are considering interviewing with. Okay, so now let's assume it's time to interview. My second tip is to interview with multiple brokerages. Like I said, they're all gonna wanna hire you, so you really have to scope it out and see who's gonna be the best fit for you. As a rule of thumb, I say interview with at least 3 brokerages. Now you're probably asking, well, what do I ask them? You have to do a little internal work and figure out what is important for you, but I will share some of the questions and things that were important for me. Number one was training and mentorship. A lot of brokerages will offer a lot of training and classes, but for me specifically, a mentor was very important. I wanted to have somebody take me under their wing because I was so new to everything. So make sure to ask about training and mentorship if that is important for you. Another thing I asked about was lead flow. I had recently moved to the area when I first got licensed, so I didn't have a big sphere of influence, so I needed a little help in that area. I needed a little help getting clients. So make sure to ask if they have any lead generating services, as well as if you will have to pay for those. Speaking of paying, this is a job, so of course, at some point you will need to ask about commission splits and fees. Commission splits are the percentage that you get and the percentage that the brokerage gets, and each brokerage is different, so make sure you know what the split is for each brokerage you interview with. There are also different fees that you could see, so you want to be well aware of those. They could have an onboarding fee, there could be a monthly desk fee. The commission split, the broker will often bring it up in the interview, but you may have to press and get a little specific about the fees that they will charge. And the last thing I'll share that I asked in my interviews was errors and omissions insurance, or E&O insurance, which I just wanted to know if the brokerages were offering that extra coverage. So that is another thing that you could ask your brokerages if they offer. And the last thing I'll say is don't be afraid to trust your gut and don't break out in hives. Many agents switch brokerages all throughout their career. So of course it is the goal to get it right the first time, but please don't send yourself in a panic. All right, that is going to be it for today's video. Again, thank you so much for watching. To recap my tips, number one, make sure to speak with current and former agents at the brokerages you are considering interviewing with. When you are interviewing, remember you are interviewing them. So go in with the questions that are important and know what you need from your brokerage. And make sure to interview with at least 3 so that you can really scope it out and find your home. You can ask about training and mentorship, fees and commission splits, lead flow, and errors and omissions insurance. And lastly, don't be afraid to trust your gut. I'm so excited for your journey, and I wish you the best of luck in picking your brokerage home. Bye, guys.